you want waffles?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Warlocks and Waffles. We have a very special guest joining us in the live in the studio this morning. I am excited. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Madeline. I'm also known as the Goose Girl. And what is there to say about me? I'll say this. It is 5 a.m. where I am, but I love this game so much that I would wake up at 3 in the morning to talk about it. In fact, I wish this whole thing was happening at 3 in the morning. So I could talk about it for longer. But yeah, I have a working theory that because I'm hyper analytical, I believe in analyzing every piece of media I ever come across, that the first interactions we have with every kind of like character, important NPC in Baldur's Gate 3 tells us everything we need to know about them as a character. And we're going to put that theory to the test today. Hunter has opened the lab, and I'm the mad scientist running around with vials.
I got so excited when you I never open Twitter anymore unless I get like a notification that like somebody that I follow has like done something. And so I like opened up Twitter and it was your message had popped up and it was just like, please anybody let me talk about Baldur's Gate. And I was like, you literally you don't even have to ask. Like you could have just showed up any morning we're streaming and been like, I'm here to rant about Baldur's Gate, and we would have been like, okay.
So kind of
thrown whatever we had out the window.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just like, well, this
garbage.
is here you go.
This is the one thing stopping me from making a podcast, which I still am entertaining the idea of, because my friends are so kind. They're like, you should do it. And I'm like, why would you? Don't tell me things. Don't tell me to execute objectively bad ideas. Don't tell me to do it.
That's a good band name.
Objectively bad ideas.
That I was gonna say execute objectively bad ideas.
That's the name of a Mountain Goat song. That's what that is.
Oh man.
Yay.
Okay. Well, we have I have made just sort of a basic character here and
what's his name? You can't. What's his name, Hunter? What's his name?
His name is
full backstory.
His name is Indigo Montana. When Junie asked me what his voice was, I said, well, hey there, I'm Indigo Montana. You married my stepmother. Prepare to die. To which Junie then responded, wait, you married his stepmother? I was like, yes, he's hunting his own father. He's never forgiven him for marrying Karen, and that's his whole background. He's very into the blade. He is a gnome bard.
You see, my thought was he's like a sibling of Hannah Montana.
That's also a possibility.
That's a sub quest. He's trying to make it big. He's trying to make it big in the industry.
He used to have the best of both worlds, and then his dad married Karen. Oh man. Would you like me to go meet Lae'zel?
Yes, meet Lae'zel.
He's hunting Billy Ray Cyrus, says Rosie.
Oh my god. It's so like, I'm also just such a Lae'zel defender. Like, there's not a lot of Lae'zel love out there, and I think that's objectively hard, especially when you have characters like, you have emo goth girl, And then you have just like the 7-foot tall golden retriever. So
Yeah.
Lae'zel has some stiff competition, but I love her. I love her, and that's all that matters.
I feel like there's a lot of like there's a lot of people who don't have the like media literacy to consume the character and be like, oh, this is not, she's just a horrible person who's like rude and bullying us and stuff like that. Like she's sad and scared and like doesn't know where she's at and like is dealing with it in the cult trauma way that she knows how to deal with it.
Exactly. And you know what? We'll see that when we meet her. So we'll see that when we meet her.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But no, I love her so much. She is eldest. I call it eldest daughter core. Eldest daughter core. Like, when you're the eldest daughter, you fucking can't, you know. Okay. There's some things you can and can't do. Oh, he's so handsome. Okay. So she is primed and ready to kill us. So what we have, I love her so much. So the first thing that we see is this like warrior like prowess from her. We see the great sword and we see a flip in midair. By the way, doing that with the great sword, I learned very recently that great swords are actually very heavy. So yeah, so she is primed and ready to murder us. And the second that she realizes that we're in the same boat as her, like, she is so game for us. She then becomes like our greatest ally, and she knows that she does know that without her, we would like fucking get wrecked on this ship. So at her core, she's like, she wants something to protect. That's what soldiers do. She is constantly looking for someone to protect. And the fact that she is working with us, someone who is not a Gith, is so like out of pocket for Gith, because they just don't fucking do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can we swear? Can we swear? Yeah. Am I allowed to swear?
Okay. You're welcome to swear.
Good. So, but with that, we see immediately she is like a badass warrior, but then we also see she is ready to go to like, she's ready to swing for us. The second that she realizes, oh, we're one and the same, she immediately puts the sword down. It's like, great, awesome, we're gonna get out of here together. Of course, like in a meaner tone, because she's also very scared. It's time for business. And as the eldest daughter core, so when I say eldest daughter core, I mean like the way I lived my life. And being the eldest daughter is about you have to have it together for your siblings. When mom and dad are fighting, you have to have it together for your siblings. You cannot mess up. And that's just being the eldest daughter. And sometimes that means you're a bitch. Sometimes being the eldest daughter just means you're a bitch. So yeah, immediately she's a good person. Like, if she wasn't, she would have ran off without us. She would have just seen us and be like, who is this little tiny gnome? Get wrecked. But no, she's altruistic and is actually good. And I will protect this woman until the day I die. I love her so much. I love her.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and most other Gith that you encounter are going to be like, oh, you're infected, you should die.
Exactly.
Like, immediately has the opposite reaction of like, you're infected, so am I, that means we're the same, like we need to like move and continue.
Exactly. And I think if any other Gith met us right now, they would probably kill us and to prevent a turning and then go and save their own skin. So just by the sole fact that she does not kill us is such a strong character moment. I think about this video I saw and everyone's like, you were saying this earlier, like, why is she a bitch? Because she's afraid. She is so scared. She is barely holding it together. She is stressed out. She is freaking out. She's barely holding it together. So sorry she's a bitch. Sorry she's just stressed out.
Have you done a Lae'zel playthrough?
I've started one.
Because there is another Gith in that playthrough, right? What is that interaction like?
Yeah. Well, Hunter, I'm so glad you asked because I was so visibly horny for this Gith on stream.
Everybody's wrong. It's not fear. It's not concern. It's not anything. It's just horniness for this other gift.
Oh man!
Literally, I was just like, I was so interested. So it's another Gith. I forget what his name is, but he's also infected, and he essentially serves as a Lae'zel role. And then you get to the beach, and he's dead, and I was so sad. I was like, no.
Oh.
He's my favorite character, and he only exists in 5 minutes. Where is this actor on Cameo? Huh? Where is he?
Where's that person on TikTok who's the like voice casting director for the game?
Beth Park. Hey Beth Park.
Yeah. Hey, we have answers, or we have questions. We need answers.
Exactly. Oh my god. But no, he's so. I took a photo of him because he's so handsome. Literally, I was like visibly like kicking
the character or the actor? That's the part I'm like.
The character. This is like the handsomest Gith in the creche. This is
he's the hottest boy at school.
Not a screenshot. You took your phone out and like took a picture of the monitor.
I did because I was it Gith Lae'zel interaction Nautiloid.
Can we also just take a moment to appreciate how the Indigo Montana's hair is just like blowing in like perfect little bouncing motions as we're flying through the air here.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I absolutely had a picture of Inigo Montoya pulled up on my monitor as I was building him to be like, okay, how close could I get?
So
polite, respectable.
He is doing
boy.
This pose, which I immediately associate with like high school boy. That is very funny.
He looks like it's in the eyes. He looks like, I don't know, like the Gith version of Justin Timberlake. Which, by the way, I don't think Justin Timberlake is handsome. I just think he has like the pretty boyness.
He's got the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. There should be multiple of him, and they should be about to break out into song and dance.
Exactly. Also, I do want you to know, if you play as Lae'zel, so as we all know, Baldur's Gate 3 has a racism problem. But if you play as Lae'zel and if you don't rescue Shadowheart from the pod, this is only if you don't, and you find her banging on the door, she's like, "What do you want, Gith? Get away from me!" And you have to pass like multiple very high checks in the 15s and 20s that are charisma based that we know Lae'zel has none, and if you could either leave her alone or kill her. Like, imagine being so racist you die. Imagine, like, So if you're doing a Lae'zel playthrough, it is best if you rescue Shadowheart. Also because I do ship them together and they need to kiss. And
my friend Elliot is also playing through like the different origin character playthroughs right now, and every time he talks about it, he's like, I am just determined to do a Lae'zel or Shadowheart playthrough where they end up together. That's all I want.
Yeah.
There's an erotica I was gonna read on the show that it's just a Lae'zel, and I wasn't gonna tell Hunter. It's just gonna say, I have some fan fiction here.
The Patreon, bud. We gotta do that for the Patreon.
I was like, hey, look, I found this fan fiction. Tell me what you think, and it's tasteful. It's not too raunchy, but it's right there on the line.
Well, you know what the ultimate power move is? Your Tav, make them a cleric of Saloon and make them a gift. Like, make a Gith cleric of Saluna. Like,
we ship enemies to lovers in this stream.
In this house, in this studio. Yeah, we have so many more people to meet, and all I want to talk about is Lae'zel. It's so bad.
Okay, Rosie has redeemed This Is a Family Show, which does mean for the next 10 minutes we are not allowed to swear. So
can I talk about how horny I am?
as long as you don't,
horny,
as long as you,
horny isn't a curse word.
You have to use family friendly phrases.
Okay.
So you
Can I
be like hot and bothered. Like
Oh
you've
my
got
God.
you've got a big ol' crush.
I'm gonna say a respectful awooga. A respectful.
Whoa! Whoa! I am stealing the heck out of that.
A respectful awooga. My eyes also visually are popping out of my skull, and my tongue is rolling out.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Does it matter what conversation options I choose? We're just moving through this. Okay.
We're moving through. Literally, like, all of this is based on literally the first interactions we have with these people.
Awesome.
Okay, let's go through let's speed run this, bitch. Let's go. Sorry. Oh no, I swore. Let's speed run this.
Oh no. Now I have to I have to refund Rosie for her
no, don't. I'll it starts now.
I almost cursed as a reflexive, like, to that. to do that. I was like, oh, now it's...
Yeah.
It has been so long since I didn't have us in this fight. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten a second turn in that combat, because, like, I always have us. He just takes out that third one.
Yeah.
I know one of these guys has a rapier, and I need a rapier for Indigo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what was I going to say? Okay, so I was playing this game on Tactician mode, which did make me cry because it was such a humbling experience. And I got to the big fight at the, front of the ship, and I knew I was in a world of trouble when the demon guy literally killed the mind flayer and then was coming after me. I'm like, we gotta get out of here, guys! We gotta get out of here! One of the most stressful moments of my life. Top 10.
I am doing the for my Karlach run, because I had finished my like Tav playthroughs, and so I'm doing a Karlach run, and I'm doing Tactician. I had mods installed for my previous runs, so I've decided no mods, Tactician, and I've hard rule for this playthrough for me is no illithid parasites. No, I'm not allowed to even that first illithid you make them do a thing. I'm not doing it. I have no illithid powers for this playthrough. It's hard. It's real hard, but I am very proud. I do have the devil fire sword. I'm very proud of getting that in my Tactician run.
All right, so now it's time to meet God's favorite princess, Shadowheart. So, yeah, interesting how when we first meet her, she is literally trapped, and Shadowheart is quite literally trapped in her own religion, to the point where she has had her mind erased. She is so stagnant and so passive in her own life that unless an outside force comes in and helps her get out of it, she is going to stay there forever. And that's another thing I've found just very interesting about her, is that I'm thinking about, because I think about what if we don't get these people, because all these other folks are going to live very they're going to live their own lives and do whatever. But for her, because she doesn't have her memories, how can you be an active person in your own life if you don't have your own memories? How can you? So yeah, she is quite literally trapped in her own religion. She is passive within her own life and needs an outside force to get her the F out of there.
Good save.
Yeah, exactly. But are we gonna rescue her? Are we just gonna?
She's actively watching you, let me out, dang it, let me out.
I know. She's like, excuse me, hi, let me out, please let me out. And let's just get out of here. There's no time.
Lazel's
There's no
we have no
time.
time for stragglers. She's like trapped, not like holding you back in the
Right.
sense of like it's like they're weak and that. It's just like they saw you and were like, all right, you're mobile. You can help me. I can use you. I can protect whatever it is. This one's in a box. Nope. It's too much work. We got to get out. And
Yeah. Oh,
so
I feel so bad now. I can't leave. She's so sad. I can't
Oh,
leave her.
we can
I
go
always
get her.
rescue Shadowheart.
We
I
absolutely
always
should go
rescue
get
Shadowheart. Okay, yeah.
I do think kind of on your note of like she's
Yeah.
had her memories removed and stuff. When we first meet her, she's also in this room with the like cultists who have had their minds wiped
Yes.
in this machine. Which is
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't be surprised if that
same.
would have been her fate
Yeah.
as well. 1 second, I'm gonna turn on my fan just because the air got a little stale in here.
All good. I will go and grab the rune.
No, but she really just fascinates me as a character because I did not like Shadowheart during early access, or I didn't like a lot of these characters during early access, to be quite honest. And the Shadowheart is so much more prickly than Lae'zel, because Lae'zel, her passion is on her sleeve. Because her passion comes from being a warrior, from being a protector. So you kind of know what she's about at least. But for Shadowheart, she is so prickly and so guarded that you really don't start getting an emotional connection from her until Act 2. Whereas in Act 1, we can kind of start piecing together things for all of these other characters. But for Shadowheart, she is so prickly and has all of these walls up.
Yeah. Shadowheart is definitely the one that like it feels the hardest to build that relationship in the at least Act 1. Whereas the others are like, oh, here's a lot of information about me. Shadowheart, you really have to work to get like any information from them.
Yeah, and it goes beyond like the mind wipe thing too. She's just like, she will not talk to you.
Right.
Like, she's like, I have better things to do than to like hang out and talk to you.
Yeah. She has limited information to give you. The information she does have, she's unwilling to give you.
Exactly. Hi, my love. We also have a special guest right now. This is my Tressum. This is my Tressum.
Trust me, I'll keep up.
just
Shadowheart.
this is my life. This I love this.
Let's get on.
He is purring. He is like purring right now. He just wants to sit on my lap and hang out. Also, what are y'all's favorite spells in game?
It's a good question.
I'm a good fan of Dissonant Whispers. Only because like I always flavor it like situationally whatever's happening. So it's like I like damage, effect, and it makes it fun for me. Because then I'm like, this is what was probably said, or if I have a character, whoever's using it, they're just whispering trauma or something, like whatever they think it would be hurting.
Exactly. Ooh, I love that. That's a good. Dissonant Whispers is a quality spell. Hunter, what about you? What's your favorite spell?
I'm a really big fan of the Beyblade clerics, where you just
just turn on Spirit Guardians.
Just do Spirit Guardians and just run around. I built a character that is just based around like I'm going to have Spirit Guardians active. And I'm going to have like the like bonus movement stuff. So I went a couple of levels in Rogue and went Thief so that I can have like 2 bonus actions and do the like bonus action dash twice and just like run back and forth. Because every time somebody enters it, it reactivates that field.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Cleric. I love it.
I love I love thunder waves so much. Do you know how many times I've thunder wave people off of a cliff? First level thunder wave and a cliff, like what a romantic
Thunderwave is
pairing.
so good.
It's the druid. I don't know if y'all have. I'm not play as a druid in this game. A druid, I think druids are just some of my favorite classes. Period. And I love the druids in this game. They're very powerful. Um, and sometimes, especially when you're playing D&D, like it can feel like I'm not getting anything done in these games because of the nature of video games. You're getting so much done as a druid. It just scratches my brain. My go-to move is to transform into an owlbear and stay that way until I lose all my hit points, and then the real drama begins. It's actually comical how many times I will just gut instinct transform into an owlbear.
I do reverse. I go like full expend as much as I can, and then it's just like, oh, you thought I was done, and then I'll transform, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, there we go.
That's sick. That's sick. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, in my first playthrough, as I was going through, as I would hit like key story beats and stuff, I would change up like my companions' classes as I would hit story beats for things that felt correct for the different characters.
Ooh.
And so in my first playthrough, Karlak is a druid because she made all these comments about how she like didn't like the like rage and fire and battle and stuff, and had this like soft spot for the druids and stuff, and so I reskinned them into druid.
I love that.
It was a
you
fun
could also do like
story.
Oath of Ancients Paladin.
I did think about that one.
Would
Yeah.
also work. Do you know the amount of times I've reskinned Will to be not reskinned, but actually, yeah, where he's a level 1 warlock, but the rest is paladin. That man's a paladin. Why? Why are you denying him his truth?
Yep.
Let him be a paladin. Let him be a paladin. Why do you hate him, you know? Let him be a paladin, please. It's what he deserves, to be an Oath of Devotion paladin. Yeah. But in early access, I think Will was my favorite character. I loved him so much in early access. I still love him now. He is, I think, my favorite. He isn't my favorite. I can't. They're like my children. I can't.
I think he ranked. There was a ranking I saw recently, and Will was like low, and I just now, and I'm my Gale playthrough. I'm playing with him. I have not played with him, and I was, and I didn't know why, and I think the logic behind it was, he's nice and likable, and when you play a game, you want to escape reality. You don't want to just play with a dude that like you could know this
That
guy in
just
real life.
exists. Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, I want to hate this person, or I want this vampire that's trying to seduce me, or I want something, whatever. Not like a normal dude I'd chill with. So
Yeah.
they just he ranks lower.
I think about because I think like I love a fixer upper. I love a fixer upper, you know. I love seeing a man and being like, oh, I could fix that. So we all know who I like to romance. But the thing about Will is he's so aggressively normal that it's comedic.
Yes.
Aggressively normal.
I'm
also
appreciating
being,
that
like...
in my current playthrough, yeah, because I had not the whole time, and now I'm like, you know what, you're okay. Like I can play. Yeah, this is fine, but I just avoided him because I was like, what am I gonna...
Yeah, and that's why I put Will as a paladin, because I found that when he was a paladin, I put him in my party more, because then he could do lay on hands, and when I do balanced, I swap out party members a lot so I can play for as long as possible. And I just like I've realized that I think putting him as a warlock kind of nerfed his potential as a character, because the warlocks, especially when you're in those early levels, especially just in this game, Eldritch Blast can be so exhausting. I'm like, no, I want to do more. I want to do more.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yay, she's here, God's favorite princess. I do.
She's
She
like,
says
"You're
she.
alive. I'm alive. Everybody's alive."
I have a question. Are um. So have we all done a Dark Urge run?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. We're on the same page that like our Dark Urge and Enver Gortash like were a thing, right? We've we've
They
they're a
do
thing.
at
They
at the
have a
very least, they've tried it. Like they might not
yeah,
have
they're
been
like
together at
Maybe,
the time
maybe I
of the
don't know
story.
what's. Maybe I'm missing a very. I haven't beaten it. So if this is an end game like last
No,
thing,
it's
I'm just like,
there's just a chemistry
there is.
in those
It's
early ones.
okay.
like it's so clear that no, my friend Jess and I, we talk about Enver Gortash a lot because she's like, oh, they had some quality time together, if you know what I mean. And her whole theory is that when Orin, spoiler alert, when things happen and our character got on the Nautiloid, that messed him up so much that he went into a depressive spiral that he cut his own hair, and that's why his hair looks like that, because he's going through it. uh,
Sometimes you just need a
honestly,
new look.
honestly, sometimes you do. Sometimes your waifu is a ball spawn, and you it just messes you up, and she was the love of your life, or they were the love of your life. But yeah, no, it's there is a whole community on AO3 that is devoted to Dark Urge and Gortash.
I believe it.
Very very creative use of the steel watch.
Hunter, I just got a notification that we're live, and oh no, we ordered too many bits from the bit factory.
Okay, everyone, shut the fuck. Everyone, wait, 10 minutes. Okay, can I
Yeah,
swear now?
no,
Everyone, can I swear now?
those 10
Everyone,
minutes are done. You're good.
everyone, shut the fuck up. Everyone, shut the fuck up. My husband is on screen right now. In case I wasn't clear by my statements about I love a fixer upper, this is my go-to, bro.
Everybody's
the ultimate
breathing so heavy
fixer-upper.
right now.
Yeah.
I I can't turn this into the Astarian hour. I can't. But what I can do is I need to hold this like a microphone now. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hey, no, I feel you. I
I'm
understand this.
sorry.
I know this vibe.
Sometimes you just like get so impassioned. You need to hold this like a microphone. So instinctively, this is the very first interaction we have with Astarion is one based out of manipulation. He's not like Lae'zel. He's not strong. He's not a warrior. He's not like Shadowheart, where he's not passive in his own life. He finally has agency for the first time, but he is falling back on old tactics to survive because they have worked before. And he is playing by an old playbook that he knows very well. And he is going to play that until he gets what he wants, which is at the moment the tadpole out of his brain. This interaction is entirely manipulation to gain our trust so he can proceed in the story, which is something he has been doing for 200 years. By the way, doing this analysis requires like a full playthrough of the game because then there's like callbacks and stuff and you can kind of put things together. But yeah, no, I think about this one a lot, and especially depending on whether you have an active perception and not, I think, kind of further. So let's see if this gnome is perceptive. Let's see if this gnome is perceptive.
Probably not.
Easily. Stand back. I wish there was a third option for like sure, okay, like easily stand back sounds too braggerish.
Yeah,
you know?
like somewhere between just very cocky
Yeah.
and not.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. All right, and now we're on the offense. What's really
You missed
interesting?
getting hugged though. We could have gotten like in a hug
It's
on
true.
the ground, a
The
tussle.
little ground
So you
tussle.
missed the tussle.
Heavy breathing, respectful
It's just like,
Awooga.
Dang it, we missed the
Respectful
respectful
Awooga.
Awooga moment. You know, you could have been in a tussle on the ground, and now you're just
We could have
pointing
had a
his
tussle
dagger.
on the ground. We could have had we could have had so much.
F8.
But also, I want you to know that so I love Astarion so much, but he's so racist to gnomes.
Is he really?
Interesting.
He is. He says like multiple times, like, I don't care for gnomes. Like, you're too short.
Okay.
That's so funny. Well, now
Like-
I really want to play this whole playthrough out to completion and just like I'm going to seduce Astarion as my little gnome.
Exactly. Yeah, but with the stuff on the ground, he does this like flattery thing, which adds to the respectful awooga on the ground. Like he says something about like we wouldn't want to hurt like that beautiful neck of yours. Like once again, falling on these old tactics: manipulation, flattery, manipulation, flattery. Because I also think that's very stunning. Like I don't know about you, but if that happened to me in real life, if I was getting mugged and the guy said like, "Hey, don't move because I don't want to mess up that pretty face of yours," I'd be like, "Okay, buy me dinner first. Here's my wallet.
Take my wallet and my heart. Jesus.
Take my wallet. Go buy me a wine."
My goodness.
I-
I'm waiting for the casual racism now. Now I'm realizing, is he really just gonna like full blown just be like, yeah, gnome?
He's gonna
Dude.
say gnome rights don't matter. That's what he's gonna say. Well,
One of my playthroughs, I'm doing a Lothsworn drow, and it's like almost
It's
every
so
interaction
racist.
is like, we hate you and your people, and I'm like, oh, this seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
Why does this need to be in
Yeah.
here?
Okay, Hunter, I need you to apologize to him because there's a reason why. So, this actually, because he hasn't joined your party yet, but when you apologize to him, it ups his approval with you because he approves of it, and he has never been forgiven for his actions ever. He has never been forgiven, and to hear someone say that, you know, like it's okay, like, you know, it's a stressful situation. I would have done the same thing. Like, that starts the breaking down, and that gets the fixer-upper going.
It gives him a respectful awooga.
Yeah, he's like, oh, all right
He's
then.
like, oh, you're so funny.
I do want you all to know there is a video of me on the internet because my friend Morgan got me a cameo from Neil Newbone for my birthday, and I am so visibly like blushing in it. It's not even. It's like I can't watch the video. I can only hear it because I'm just like giggling and kicking my feet.
Did you see the video with the actor where they were like, what have you like taken away from like the role? And he's like,
Yeah.
he's acquired the laugh. The laugh is just
giggle.
the
Yeah,
giggle is just a part of him
Yeah.
now. He's like, that didn't exist before. I didn't do that before I played this character. Now it just happens.
Here's the thing though, like it's such a perfect giggle when you're getting up to mischief.
It's amazing.
Like I too sometimes am like I'll be in the kitchen and I'll be like, am I gonna have another cheeky glass of wine? And I'll be like, I am. You know? I am gonna have another cheeky glass of wine. And it's technically 2 glasses because of the way I fill up my wine cups. But yeah, anyways, I love this. I can never let him ascend because that's not how it's supposed to end, and I did once and I cried. I kid you not, I cried for like 5 minutes. I had to lie down. It's like, you know, it's not supposed to be that way. Now he's mean. No, he didn't break the cycle of abuse. No, because this game is about, like, let's be real, this game is about breaking cycles of abuse.
Mhm.
Or at least my essay is. It's about breaking these cycles that we are trapped in because we can be better than the people who have inflicted these like horrors upon us. This is the thing that abducted you. Yeah, I just kill this mind flayer now because I'm like,
I threw something at it one time. That's how I ended it. I was like, I'm not even gonna do it.
I've had
Yeah.
3 different friends start that conversation and then get like kissed by the mind flare and just die in
Oh, God.
that
I thought-
Yeah.
thing.
I
Yep.
See, I thought he was always gonna die, but like give you the like the
No, he
almost.
can.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Also, okay. This I love Gale of Waterdeep so much. I actually would like to know, Junie and Hunter, which characters do you relate to the strongest? Like, out of curiosity, which characters do you relate to in Baldur's Gate 3? Because for me, it's Gale.
Gale is probably the one that I've interacted with the least. The moment Gale was like, "You need to give me magic items and I will eat them," he became my least favorite companion.
What are you talking about? Why would you do that to him? Why would you do that?
There was absolutely, it might have been on stream with Junie, when he was like, I will blow up if I don't if I don't eat magic items, and I think I said out loud, good.
Don't talk about it like that. My go-to joke, this is like a deep cut, only if you've read Oedipus, is these are all my husbands and my sons, so just call me Yocasta. It's a deep cut, only a certain amount of people get it. All right, so let's talk about this. So Gale, first of all, has so much riz, it's not even funny. Like,
He does. That is very true.
he has so much riz, it's not even funny, but with the riz comes hubris. And Gale's hubris has gotten him into so many predicaments before, just like this one. Pull him out. I can't watch that hand fail anymore.
I was gonna say, if we leave it, he'll say like, "Are you there?" and what's going on.
Yeah. But yay, just barely.
Yeah.
There's also just, I'm gonna dictate some interactions just because we need to see that wizard riz on full display. So, but this is just an example of his hubris, and when we later in game we learn that the orb in his chest is because of his own hubris, and this is another example of that, of him probably attempting magic that is a little above him, but him being like, oh, I can figure it out, like I'll just figure it out as I go along, which is such Virgo man behavior. But yeah, he is this is just an example of his hubris. Okay. Oh my gosh, where's the one where it's like, okay, say no need to apologize. It doesn't matter, but the one where you can like draw your weapon because he says something so charismatic there, it just swoons me a bit. It does make me do a respectful but minor awooga.
In a manner of speaking.
But
You were on the
he is
Lord's Lord as
just
well.
no, trust this man. Draw your weapon. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Whoa, easy does it. You really, really don't want to do that. Not a threat, just an observation.
And then and why would I really, really not want to attack you?
10 years of bad luck if you kill a wizard. Why take the risk?
Okay. Yeah. So Gale, Gale is my favorite character, right?
The little corner of his mouth, like just the beginnings of a smirk. Yeah.
I realized that with Gale and even Lizelle, I had them in my party my first playthrough, and it was like, I love low charisma, but for some reason incredibly charismatic characters.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have charisma, but she's incredibly intimidating.
She's so funny.
He doesn't have as much. He has more charisma than he's not 0.
His charisma should be a 15.
But you see, yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? He's like, he's dishing it out more than like you would than what says on paper type of thing, and that was really good. It's like, hey, and he's probably said that joke before, but he's like, they haven't heard it, it's gonna kill.
Yeah.
No, like, and I think because he's romanced Mistra, which, by the way, fuck Mistra, all my homies hate Mistra, but like, he has used this riz to get a god, like, and here he is, and he's doing it again, and I think this kind of falls into the Astarian like camp. Like, he is smart, he knows he's good at magic, but in like hand-to-hand combat, he's like, get away from me so I can just pummel you with magic missile. So with him, it's very much like, once again, I need to outsmart. I need to outsmart, and I need to like lay on the charisma, because if I'm smart and if I'm charismatic, I know that can get me far. And I know these people will see my potential later, but for right now, we gotta be shallow. So, anyways, this is like my. I love Baldur's Gate because it's like, what a bold choice for Larian to give us like harem simulator.
See, so for this next option, I should choose attack, right?
Why would you do that, Hunter? Why would you do that to him?
You both said it's your favorite character. My immediate response is just attack him.
You're like, screw him for eating my. No, here's the thing. When he told me like I have to consume magic items, I was like, oh no, you poor thing.
Yeah,
and I was.
I think for me, part of it was that like I didn't really have him in my party a whole lot at the beginning, and
Were you
so
playing a spellcaster like a wizard?
I was a paladin, but like the moment I had Will, I took Will and was like, oh, I've got Shadowheart and Will. That's cleric and warlock. I don't also need a wizard. Like my party can't be wizard, warlock, cleric, paladin. Like that's all at least partial casters.
Yeah.
And so Gale got sent back to my camp, and then like I don't think I had picked him back up and put him back into my party yet. And he was like, I got to my camp the one day and he's like, I need to eat your magic items. And I'm like, you have done nothing for me. You don't get to make that claim. And then at that point I was already annoyed with him. So,
You just left him starving.
He has a serious medical condition, Hunter. He has a serious medical condition.
Well-
He's away from his doctor.
and even like as long as we're just like reading into the little stuff,
Yeah.
like the first the way that you meet him is this like malfunctioning magic rune.
Exactly.
Like he's a malfunctioning magic rune. Like that's all he is.
In my first run, I had him multi-class into Wild Magic Sorcerer.
That
because
feels
Gale would
so
love
correct.
Meta Magic. He would
Yeah.
love Meta Magic so much.
I-
So yeah, it felt right to have him multi-class into that.
I respect him as an Eldritch Knight, because I really liked him like once I respect him into Eldritch Knight, I was like, I really like him up front in the thick of things, but still using magic, but like heavy armor and weapons and stuff like that. It was like
Have either one of you done a wizard play? Like, since I'm playing as Gale, I'm like, all right, I'm a wizard.
Mhm.
I'm super appreciating spell scrolls, and I feel so badass with him now. Like, as like he's kind of in the back. Will and who else is with me? I don't even know. Will, Gale, I have Karlak up front, and I don't even know who else I have. I'm doing I'm doing like a good run, so I don't even know if Astarion and Shadowheart are with me. No, Lae'zel might not be with me. I don't know. One of them's not with me, but like I feel like a sniper, and they're just like artillery, like because I'm carrying scrolls now, so he's just constantly going.
No, because for balanced mode, what I do is I short rest so I can get my HP back, and then I send everyone else back to camp, and then I get those who are at
Round
camp
2. That's
in
smart, and I
round 2.
never think to do that. That's
Yeah,
really
and
smart.
if you're doing a spellcaster, so I'm doing a bard right now for my balanced playthrough, I just kind of hoard those, and I'm like, oh, maybe one of these will work. We'll see. But in my dirge is a Gloomstalker Ranger / Rogue, and I have never felt more powerful than I have. And like some of the stuff you get as a Dark Urge, like you get this like cape that makes you invisible, which is so good.
It's such a good one.
God.
I gave that to
It's so-
Astarion
same.
in mine.
Yep. Immediately.
Oh, I'm a Gloomstalker Ranger. That belongs to me. What are you talking about? Oh my god, I can't. Don't talk about my wife like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Here's the thing.
This is
like,
this is where I broke my oath. First playthrough I'm playing as
Same.
a Oath of Vengeance Paladin. They're being all racist and stuff. I attack them, they die. Because we kill racists as paladins. And immediately after, the Oathbreaker guy shows up and he's like, "You have broken your oath, paladin."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I was so
"What did
surprised.
I do?"
I was like, I've been playing for
what
like
did I do?
I've been playing for like
Okay,
less than an hour, and I was
dude,
like,
that
what the
creature is
hell?
dangerous. Do like a deception one so they can just leave. You don't have to fight them. Oh my god, true. Oh, I love Friends. Friends has no negative repercussions in this game, and I absolutely
at the low difficulty levels, if you're playing like tactician level, they do become aware of it, I believe.
Okay, so it's like a real game of D&D at tactician level. That's why it's not fun. I love. Oh god, sorry. What was I gonna say? It's 6 a.m. I'm allowed to be like this. But just like
Get me down.
it's. I love Lae'zel so much, and I don't want this to turn to the I love every single NPC in Baldur's Gate and here's why, but just like she's gone through a lot, you know, like she's gone through so much, and I think that one of the reasons I do love shipping her and Shadowheart is because they are two sides of the same coin. They are two sides of the same coin. They are objectively kind of the same character, albeit one's racist. But they are two sides of the same coin. They both have been just effed up by the orders that they grew up in.
But the longer we wait,
Yeah.
the more it consumes.
So important question
Yeah.
for right now. We have to. Do we keep her with us in this instance, or do we send her to camp?
We send her to
Who-
camp. It's okay.
Okay.
If we keep her around, Madeline's gonna want to just keep talking about Lae'zel.
Because
She's distracting. It's just distracting eye candy or something at this point. It's just
No,
like get her out of here.
so I'm getting ready to do a Baldur's Gate group cosplay,
Nice.
and people are claiming things, and I'm doing Minsk because I don't want to do body paint for Lae'zel or Karlak. I obviously can't be Will, so unless I want to kill my career, but But no, I'm gonna be Minsk, so I'm very excited because I do love Minsk so much, and I have my friends who are Minsk haters. I'm like, why would you hate him? He's so beautiful and so dumb and simple. I'm very excited. I'm like, do I do a fake deep side part or do I just get a bald cap? I hate this man. I hate Aridin.
I
much.
punch
Yeah,
him in the
yeah, I was gonna
face
say-
literally every playthrough.
Yeah, I have to struggle not to do that.
Okay. So
So he
talking
opens
about
with a
the King of
catchphrase.
Riz,
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
say he opens with a catchphrase.
Will opens with a catchphrase, sword out. He is
I didn't level up
He
the
is-
characters before we got into this fight.
it's okay. We can just hide and let everyone else do the work for us. 1 second. Big stretch. But like he opens with a catchphrase. Will rides on charisma. He knows that the way we present ourselves to other people is everything. And why wouldn't he? He's the son of a duke.
Right.
And this first just introduction I think is so strong and tells us just so much what we need to know about Will. The fact that he comes in with a smile, sword out, ready to help us, and with a catchphrase. Like, if I
I'm
was
just
an
using
actor,
Witch Bolt, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't see anybody use Witch Bolt, by the way. So I'm like,
I like
it's
Witch
just
Bolt.
Oh,
impressive.
there's the meme where it's like, sweetie, it's time, and it's Shadowheart doing the sad memes, like, yes, and it's guidance. So that's me with Gale and upcasting magic missile. um, I have wasted so many 6th level spell slots on Magic Missile just because it's fun to hear the.
Yep.
It's so fun.
One of my friends refers to Gale as Grease Boy, because that's all he uses Gale for is just cast grease. That's all you do. Like you need to make sure other people don't get to move.
Oh my
Exactly.
god. I had the most satisfying cast grease. It was Karlax going to kill the Templars. And what I did was it was tactician and I was very underleveled. So my tactic was I would try to hit and run tactics or try to hit him from above. But what I ended up doing it with was I went to the front door, opened the door, everybody was pissed. I would attack, and close the door. So they had to come out to get
Ooh.
punched in the face. But the first thing I did was I cast grease, and there's a candle right next to the desk. And it just set. So it was opening with a grease bomb and then a grease fire to like AoE like the 3 people that were there. And I was just like, candles! Because I always thought like I have the grease and then cast fire or something like that, or hope there's a
No.
torch. But it was like just a little candle like to the side, and I'd
It can be
forgotten about
whatever.
it. I was like, why is everything exploding? I was confused. It was so beautiful.
Also, so this is me. It's not even outing. I'm a Paddington stan first and a human second. I love the Paddington film franchise.
They're
so
perfect
much.
movies. They're
Objectively.
incredible films.
They're so good and so bold of them to think of the concept for Paddington 2 and then be like, what if we sent Paddington to jail? What if we
I
sent-
don't know what we're talking about right now.
Have you not seen
I know
Paddington?
films.
No,
Oh
I
my
worked
God.
in a children's
Oh my
library
God,
for
they're-
years,
Judy,
and
you
then
need
did
to
not
watch them.
Paddington. And then I'm like,
Don't
there's
you
a
have
Paddington.
a child?
I also have a child, right? And then you're saying Paddington 2.
No,
So,
Paddington
you're saying
2, they send a bear to jail, Junie. It's
They
amazing.
sent him to jail. He's framed. He's framed for a crime because he's an immigrant from Peru. But in Paddington,
Googling.
I was like, why does Gale sound so familiar? It was for
Mhm.
2 reasons. One, he's Danny Bear in The Toast of London. And second, he's Montgomery Clyde in Paddington. He's a man that gives Aunt Lucy and Uncle Pastuzo like all of this British paraphernalia and gives Uncle Pastuzo his hat that then becomes Paddington's hat. So
That's so cool.
honestly, also,
I didn't connect
congratulations.
that until you started talking about Paddington. I was like, that is exactly where I know the actor from.
Yeah, Tim Downey. It also, I think it is so objectively when you look at everyone's resumes kind of lined up next to each other, especially for these Origin characters, because a lot of them have like work in like video games, of course. Like Jennifer English did some Divinity games. Deborah Wild has done some other video games. A lot of them, I don't want to be like they're game heavy, but it's like that. And then we have like the traditional. If you're British and you're an actor, you're like you make an appearance on Doctors. It's like it's written. It's like a contract comes up, an infernal contract, as soon as you graduate acting school, and it's like you have to do at least one appearance on Doctors before you can like professionally become an actor. So everyone has like Doctors or some other thing, and then some have like Hollyoaks and all these other soap operas. And then you go to Tim Downey, and it's like the thing he's most known for is Outlander. And I'm like, you know what? Good for him. Good for him. Punch this bitch. Punch this bitch.
No.
Punch this.
Oh no.
Really good.
He punches you.
I don't have it. Strength is my dumb stuff.
Oh, Zevlor. You know what though? Good for Zevlor.
Yeah.
Good for Zevlor.
We don't
There's a
tolerate
lot
racist.
of, just so you know, there's a lot of Zevlor Halsin slash fic on AO3. A lot of people love these men together. A lot of people
Interesting.
really do love the idea of Zevlor and Halsin together. They're very into it. I'm trying to think. My favorite ship by far is Raphael and Withers. It's a great ship.
That upsets me, and I couldn't even. It upsets me, and I can't fully articulate why.
Give me a best shot.
I don't know why it bothers me as much as it does.
Yeah. All right. So
Not bad.
now we have a man. Not only does
Bullying
he
a
have a great
child.
catchphrase,
Yes.
he's
So
not
right
bullying.
here, bullying a
He's
child. Look at
not
him.
a-
Look at him. Look at him.
Junie,
Look at that. He
I'm
just bullied a
going-
kid.
Junie,
He just
I'm gonna
hit a
crawl through
kid.
your Screen
He
like
hit
the
a
girl
kid
in
right
the
now.
ring.
That man just hit a kid with a sword. That
I'm
did
going
objectively
to
just
kill
happen.
you. I'm going to kill. He's training them. He's
Call it what you
training
want.
them.
He did just hit him.
You just have to buy enough time to run.
Oh, if a kid takes like a taekwondo class and he's fighting like with the instructor. Oh my god, I'm gonna crawl through the screen.
That other guy is the instructor. Will's technically just there. Will walked in on their
Will-
class and
Will
started
fell out of
beating
the
up a
sky
kid.
today.
Yeah.
Will
yeah.
fell out of the sky. No, he fell out of the sky because he fell from heaven. He fell from heaven.
He technically came from hell.
Shut the fuck up, Hunter. He fell from heaven.
Everything is going wrong. Everything is going wrong.
Pleasant.
Don't you ruin him.
Well, here's the thing. He's so good with kids in this scene.
Mhm.
He's so good.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like,
It's
the
very
bare
encouraging.
yeah.
I believe in
exactly.
you. He doesn't know this kid. This kid could, like, it's like, oh, he's telling Jerry he believes in Jerry. Jerry's real bad at this.
Yeah.
He's believes in this kid. He's encouraging him. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's really good.
I think about my dad says like men have it so easy because the bare minimum you have to be is good with kids.
You're on the right path.
Jeff
Go on now.
Jeff has a lot of thoughts about masculinity.
Yep.
Well
Yep.
met. The blade
Yeah.
of frontiers.
Oh my
at
god,
last.
Blade of Frontiers, I love like
I-
the riz on this man is so strong.
I love that he
You know,
still doesn't give us his name. Like it's the Blade of Frontiers. He still
Yeah,
hasn't told us
that's-
his name yet.
Well, it's like somebody that's earned a doctorate. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just like I have a title.
I didn't go
Also,
through 8
actually-
years of Blade of
actually from
Frontiers
coming to
school.
Himself.
You know what though? You know what though? It's like he comes from nobility. And titles mean something,
That's true.
and he doesn't want to use his title, so he's going
Yeah.
to use a title, the one he's earned himself.
Mhm.
The one he's given himself, exactly.
He's
yeah.
he's got this one because he knows you. Well, you're supposed to introduce yourself with your title,
Oh my
and he's
God.
not going to use his, so he's going to use
Junie,
the
I've
one
never
he has it.
thought of that. That's so insightful. I'm gonna steal that.
I've never had to think about any of this stuff because I just click and go through.
Yeah.
I don't have to think objectively usually when I'm playing a game, and now I'm forcing myself to do it. I'm like, you know what? He's a noble, right?
Yeah, he's a
now I'm
noble.
actually thinking about it, and I was like, yeah.
And he
He
doesn't
has to
wanna be
introduce
known
himself
for
with
his
it's
nobility.
manners, and it's manners
Yeah.
though. It's like this is what it's like.
Mhm.
In Japanese culture, you hold out a business card. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
here's everything you need to know about me, and he's like, this is polite.
So.
Yeah. Also, oh my god, what was I gonna say? I saw this meme online, and it was it's the scene in I think Avengers Civil War, and it's oh my god, it's it's like all of the Avengers introduce themselves, and they have the characters' faces superimposed on them, and it's Will, and he goes, all right, everyone, I'm the Blade of Frontiers. And oh no, wait, no, it's Shadowheart. She goes, hi everyone, I'm Shadowheart, and Will goes,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
using our made-up names now.
I'm the Blade of
Oh, yeah,
Frontiers.
yeah. Are you seeing her other name? Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Now I don't know if we find out her any like because like I said, I have.
We do find
I
out
haven't-
her real name.
Mhm.
You do?
If you
Yeah,
if you
okay,
pursue
yeah.
her story, yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I was just like, man, just going to the background. It's just like my name is Shadow Heart, but with a space. Like it's just like it's like what is it really Shadow Heart? Like what's going on
there's
here?
This,
This is a
if you're
fantasy world.
involved-
It could be. I don't
Yeah,
know.
It could. Here's the thing. She's such a little emo girl, and I love her so much. There's a scene where if you're in Baldur's Gate and you go to a certain area, she's like, this graffiti outside the building. I think I did this once, and you look at the graffiti, it's just like a skull and crossbones, and you're like, girl.
Still, when the time
Such a little edge lord.
I won't be long. A splendid
Dark.
Like, I bet her diary. I want to read this girl's diary so badly. I've never wanted to read a woman's diary more than Shadowheart's. Hunter, you have to level up before we face these Paladins of Tyr.
Oh, do I need to go face the Paladins of Tyr?
well, we got to meet Karlak.
Oh, I don't need
Please.
to. I don't need to face the
Oh, we
paladins of
don't need
Tyr
to
to
do
meet
that.
Karlach.
Oh,
No.
okay,
Watch,
No.
great.
watch
Never
this.
mind
Let
then.
let me.
No,
let
no,
me.
but if you're gonna jump off the cliff, you need to level up so you have enough HP.
You're not
If you don't
my
have,
boss.
if you don't have a
Well, do you
featherfall
have
scroll,
Featherfall?
No,
Gale does. If you level him up, he'll have featherfall.
that seems like a waste of stuff.
Man, jump off that cliff. You do
It's
it.
okay, we have
You jump
Revivify.
off,
We
but
have
you see what's
Revivify,
what.
it's
I have
fine.
scrolls. It's fine. We're gonna.
You have people jump and die, and then like, all right, now I revived you. Now I'm gonna jump. You revive me. You're gonna revive me, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Cause I'm a gnome? No. Yes. Revive
Yeah.
me.
Exactly. I did a stream last night and we played a game called Who Said This? Jenna Maroney from 30 Rock or Starian from Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh my
And
goodness.
We
we
just
can
did
play it
something
if
like
you
this.
want, Hunter. We can play it if you want.
That's
It's a very
so
fun
good.
game.
Hunter just did this with me with his if it was a movie quote or a media or a character or somebody from his games, and it was ludicrous.
See, I survived. I'm
Oh.
fine.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, give yourself that sweet HP. Okay. So
Everybody's on
let's
top of the
meet
cliff. You alive?
Karlak.
I'm
Okay,
good.
let's meet Karlak. Okay.
Now you jump. You know what's funny? This is a big thing. You just
Okay.
interacted with her, and all your people are away. Are they going to be in the scene? Because Will's Will's
No,
not.
I sent Will to
No,
camp.
he's not.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So the first thing, our first interaction with Karlak, she says to stay back because she knows that she can hurt us. And her goal right now is to make sure that her problem is not our problem. So it's very self-sacrificing. She is not going to be a burden to others.
I love Karlach so much.
I know.
It's
When
very
I found out
presumptuous
that
of her. You know, it's just
I
soldier.
Yeah.
I never found her in the early access. I never did. And when people are like, "There's a barbarian," I'm like, "There's a barbarian." But yeah. So she is the one that swears the most when we meet her. So she has this like casual debonair. She's of the common folk, and the fact that she is like, "I'm about to burn up. Stay away from me, so I don't hurt you." Once again, kind of like that, like altruistic stuff. She could have just like minded her like our own business, and if like we're dumb enough to touch the flames, like that's our problem.
Roars through you, her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic.
I love her so much too. She's just
through a landscape
she's
of
so
fire
beautiful, and I love her
blood.
story, and she just
Blood
wants to be loved.
I love that her like idle animation is just she just starts doing like a little like hoppy little dance.
A little dancey dance. She has I think she has ADHD. Like
For sure, 100%.
she has
Yep.
ADHD. Yeah. But yeah, she calls us soldiers. She so casually talks to us as if we're a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like her language towards us is so casual because honestly, anyone that isn't from the hells is a friend to her at this point.
Mm-hmm. If you're not actively an enemy, you are a close friend.
Her friend, exactly. So that's just I'm
My name is Indigo Montana.
Yeah.
I hate my dad.
Now that we're
What's
old
up?
pals, like literally, she's like, "Oh, we met on Adelaide. Great, we're friends." Actually, like she just trusts you so implicitly.
She also
though
gives you
trust-
background right
Immediately.
off the jump.
Yeah. It's
Like,
like,
Rob is
here's
just like-
all the stuff about me.
Yeah.
Full
And
disclosure,
honestly-
so that way we don't have to worry about this later.
Yeah. Is she the only
Like,
is she
that's
the only
so-
the only companion that just tells you like all of their stuff right off the bat?
Volunteers it? Feels like it.
Yeah.
Like
she
the
is.
only
She's
thing
the
she
only
doesn't
one.
tell you is like the engine is burning up, but like she doesn't even necessarily really know that at this point.
Yeah, she has nothing to hide. I think like with her, she's like, I think with that, like she is ashamed of her past, but she doesn't want to be beholden to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for her, it's like the more honest I am about it, the more I can start moving away from it.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Mhm.
They cornered me outside the
I
toll house
love her
just up the
so
hill.
much.
She's
I
great.
make her a wild heart
Scorching
barbarian
rain.
every time because
Thought
that's
I'd
what she
lock
would
them up, pick
channel
'em
her
up and
energy
evict 'em as
into, is to
parasites
like
and take
using
favouring
the
by the
power of
shoreheads.
nature.
Sound good?
I did
Yeah.
a wild magic barbarian for a while.
Mm,
I enjoyed that.
yeah. Oh my god, I love her, and she's so
I'd hug
beautiful
you if it
too.
wouldn't scorch
She's
your
so
skin off.
pretty.
You know something? I think though with the honesty, if you're in the hells and like everything is like
I'll catch up with
contractual
you when
and
it's time to
literal and
camp
stuff
for
like that,
night.
it's almost
But
like
don't get to any of the fun
it,
stuff without me.
Junie,
I
you're
don't
so
know.
right. Yes.
I feel like it's just like it's a force of habit. It's like you just it's somebody's gonna find out. Just be honest and
Mm-hmm.
upfront, and then when it's like where you're in a place where nobody can somebody doesn't have imps going around, you can just she could have played something close to the vest. It's just like, well, for the past 10 years I've just had to be brutally honest and straightforward and not hold anything back, so this is just
There
the
she goes.
boom.
Like
No, but
Right here.
this is just
exactly
me.
right.
Anytime I'm not actively doing anything, is just like little hop, just gonna like stretch in random directions. Like yeah.
Yeah. No, but Junie, you are completely right. And I like this is also I love talking about this with other people because then people also give insight that I haven't even thought about. But yeah, she's honest up front because she's come from like a place, probably a force of habit. That you have all these contracts going about. Devils aren't the most honest people to work with,
But they're
and they're
lawful.
gonna
There
but they're lawful.
there's
Yeah.
a logic there. Yeah.
Exactly. But oh well yeah, let's get some tunes going. Let's go.
But also,
I
once
want to
again,
make
she's a low charisma, but
mhm,
super like out there, and like you
mhm.
wanted to have her at the party, at the bar, and whatnot.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Just be there and be
She's
chill.
she
It is a
here's what
crime that Karlach's charisma is as low as it is.
I don't know why it's so low. She's like honestly, sometimes I
I,
do respect her just to
Mm-hmm.
give her more charisma, just to give her more riz, you
it,
know.
Yeah.
it's one of those things where this is. I love doing this in games where it's I'll play somebody even if they're low, whatever, because even if it comes out that way, it doesn't mean it's going to be received that way.
Right.
So
Exactly.
she's
Like
pumping all of it out, but maybe because she is big and
she's
intimidating, a big muscle mommy, it's like it's really friendly and nice, but somebody's gonna still be scared. You know what I mean? And
well,
it's gonna
it,
like be like, yeah, cool, all right.
it's also that, but also people just don't like earnestness. It just is
Mm,
true in real life as it is in
mm.
fantasy life. Like I think about wow, how much people hate Lin Manuel Miranda, a guy who is just kind of nothing but earnest on the internet,
I'm like,
and
what are you talking about?
people do not like. At least a lot of Gen Zers do not like him because I think Gen Z is so irony pilled that everything has to be ironic and it can't be genuine. And the second anyone is earnest or shows genuine, it's cringe. And that's where
Yep.
I think millennial cringe comes from, is because millennials are earnest. Millennials are genuinely very earnest at their core because they just want to be liked. Whereas Gen Z doesn't care about being liked, they care about fucking surviving because the world that they're growing up in is screwed and awful. So yeah, that's my little tangent. But yeah, we've done everything. So I don't know what's next now. I don't know what's next.
I
Well,
mean,
thank
This
you.
is-
yeah.
Thank you for your getting up and your insight, because I didn't think about most of the things you said. I'll tell you what, when you were talking about Lizelle, at first I was just like, what are you? Wait a second.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Well
I
then.
love like I saw a TikTok a while back that was like a breakdown of each of the companions like tent setup. And like the
Mhm.
things that they've
She has
chosen
a
to have, like
bear.
Karlach has a little bear.
Yeah,
Like
let's look at their tents.
I like Shadowheart over here has like a bunch of books and scrolls and like
Mhm.
this like giant potted plant, which like that is the aesthetic of like all of the Shar stuff.
Mhm.
Like you've got this arch there that mimics the Sharan crown. You've got
Yeah.
like all of this stuff. Uh
She carries all of that in her on her back, man.
Apparently,
Yes.
It's
yeah.
And
nuts.
then
The,
I wait. Did so you know about? Is that he's a little blanky? He's
yeah,
a little
he
blanky.
has he has this
What?
so he has this ratty little like blanket in Asterian's bed here. And a lot of the companions have like they have their tent set up, and then like when you get to Baldur's Gate, you can get the like the room in the tavern that is like your new base of
Yeah.
operations. And so all of their like setups kind of change. They all have like the beds from the tavern. Asterion takes this ratty little blanket with him. It goes and stays on his bed in the tavern as well.
And
Which is like
and if you think about it a little too hard, you're like, oh, this is probably like the one thing that brought him comfort.
Mhm.
when
It is like
he
it's an emotional support thing.
I
And
still have my blankie actually. I have a blankie and a stuffy that I sleep
He's
with
got a
because
dummy. He's got a dummy for practicing killing. Like he still
Yeah.
wants to like
yep,
unwind because
Exactly.
well,
he drinks while he
and
practices.
and if you look at like the table here, you've got like a mirror which he can't see his reflection in. He's got a
Oh.
empty blood bank jar just sitting here. There's a
This man's
stain-
surprised when we find out he's a vampire.
there's stains of blood
This man's
here. There's
surprised.
stains of
Yeah,
blood here.
Wow.
Like there's
like,
Yeah.
what
this-
do you mean? You know I'm a vampire.
this
Oh
whole
yeah, that
this
reveal
whole
is just like
cart back
I'm a
here.
vampire. It's like yeah, I know. Yeah.
This whole
Oh,
thing
well,
back here is just
yeah.
all jars of blood. Like he's
Oh
got
my God,
very
that's
very
funny.
visible like puncture marks here and the largest fangs ever. And then you're like, yeah, obviously you're a vampire. And he's like, oh,
He's
I
like,
thought
what
it-
do you mean? I'm not a vampire.
And then you've
And
got
hers is so just
Lae'zel, which is
like,
just
yeah.
all trophies. Is just monsters and all of this stuff.
Also, like practical. There is no comfort here.
No, yeah, it is very bare bones.
But she has a flag on hers as if like to claim it, like
Yeah,
Mhm.
like it's like a military flag. Almost.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
a
like, this is
very
an outpost.
military looking setup.
Mhm.
She
Then you've
carries
got
that
I
big
love
old
it when you're
grinding
having a
stone.
conversation with someone. You can hear Lae'zel on her grinder, and you're like, "Girl, can you take a moment, please?"
yeah.
Oh my god, his little setup.
You've got like it's
he has a little
very
abacus.
it's very like I'm a noble.
Rich boy.
Yeah.
I came from money type of
Quill
Yeah.
and ink. I also think
You
it's
know
funny
what,
that
Will?
like Will and Gale are right next to each other, and they've got like this desk in the middle.
They
where,
share a
like,
desk.
They're
Yeah.
co-worker. They co-work.
Yeah.
You know that scene in Parks and Rec where they're going camping and Tom, he has the tent with all the stuff from Sky Mall in it. Like that would be Will. He's like, I got a
100%.
massage chair.
Yeah.
I got my little PS5.
He's running it
That
all
would
off
be
of the
Will.
car battery, so that's why they're stranded.
Exactly.
Then you've like Gale is over here with like a crystal ball and like a full ass telescope that he's carting with you guys everywhere. so
Stars,
many books,
obviously.
a whole like trunk over here, like a giant. Look, he's got this giant hourglass. Why do you need an hourglass?
Because he has ADHD and needs to keep track
Can
of
you
time.
take that
he does
stuff?
Pomodoro.
Yeah. Some of it,
So you could take
And
that
here's
stuff and
our
sell it.
tent.
for sure.
It's interesting. Or your own tent. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's our tent, which
Um,
is so sad.
Is that what that is supposed to be? Is ours?
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, I think that's our tent.
That's so upsetting.
Yeah. Well, you
I-
just
I-
started,
there
so maybe
needs-
there's nothing there because
I think there needs to be a mod where you can customize your area.
Yeah.
Because I would really, or not even a mod, but in the next patch, I would like to customize it because now I'm turning this into like my little sim. This is now my life sim.
I just want to be able to hang paintings. Like I have that room in the tavern in Baldur's Gate. I have taken every painting I have ever stumbled across. Let me just hang them on the wall. I took every single painting off of the walls in Cazador's palace. I want to be able to put them places.
Exactly. Oh wait, I have a Baldur's Gate tattoo. I have a Baldur's Gate. Frick, holy crap, what am I gonna do? I don't have a shirt underneath my sweatshirt and I can't roll it up enough for people to see my bicep.
Just paint us a
Oh my
word
God.
picture. What is
So
it?
I
Is
got Rhapsody tattooed on my bicep, the knife that
Yeah.
Astarion kills Cazador with. And by
Oh.
the way, you can only get Rhapsody if you don't let Astarion ascend.
Really?
Yeah, or at least that's what I have read online. Have I tried it? No, because I can't let this man ascend. I can't. But anyways, I have Rhapsody tattooed right here. So just imagine Rhapsody and it's right here and it's about the size of my hand.
That's
It's
hardcore.
great. the
It's
tattoo artist was like, "So what's this from?" And I was like, "She promised not to laugh at
A
me."
thing.
And she was like, "Of course." And then I told her, and she goes, "Well, that sounds like a fun game." Oh, look at that fancy footwork. That's some fencing. I used to be a fencer. That's some fencing footwork right there.
hey there, my name is Indigo Montana.
Hey there.
Yeah.
You married my stepmother. Prepare to die.
Okay, so I want to make a little band in Baldur's Gate 3 because,
Yes.
when you have these songs, you can layer on different
Mm-hmm.
instruments. And for me as a music nerd, I want to hear these full orchestrations. But the thing is, how the frick do I give my companions musical proficiency so I can give them all a different instrument so we can have jam sessions?
You would have to.
How do I do that?
You would have to take
Multiclass into Bard?
no, you don't even have to multi-class. There's a feat. I think it's performer. It's one.
Okay.
There's a feat that you like get a
Oh.
musical instrument proficiency.
Okay, cool.
And it also
because
boosts
I
charisma by 1 if memory serves. So if
Okay.
you're just like,
Oh.
yeah,
Okay, because I want because for my bard I was playing with Alfira during the tiefling party and it was very fun because I have a violin and I want to give someone like a flute and a drum and then with the goblins when I had my violin going I was playing at the goblin party before you go into and you rescue Halson and a guy came up with like some bongos and I was like oh yeah let's go.
yes, there's
Feel it.
there's the one
Feel
like
it.
goblin performer. Yeah,
Yeah. I do wish that you could recruit like goblins though. I really do wish. I
It
love
is-
goblins. I
it's
wish you could
infuriating.
I wish yeah, I just hope with like future like patches and whatnot we get
Mhm.
like kobolds.
Dude, I
wanna
would love to play a kobold.
kobold.
I
I
downloaded
love
the
Mhm.
multiverse mod, which adds like a ton of like different
Mhm.
races and stuff. But when I was using it, there was like a bug where if you had that installed and you tried to level up Asterion, it would just crash your game. You couldn't you
Oh no.
couldn't level up Asterion. So I was like, I can either
He's so
just
racist.
never level up Asterion, or I can like just not
He
use this
eats
mod.
kobolds.
So I
If you
stopped using it.
if you had a
Yeah,
kobold
he
in the
does eat
party,
kobolds.
if you had a kobold, he'd be like looking at you and just like
Well,
he's so horny for me. It's like no, he wants to eat you. Like
no. I like I think it's so funny when you meet the Gur in the in the
Mhm.
swamp and he's just like so racist and you're like buddy what and then afterwards you're like hey you don't have to hold an entire race of people like accountable for something that happened to you and he's like you will find that I can and you're like okay bruh okay.
what's happening? Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, where are all these lines happening? Is your performance so hardcore that it's just like throwing them away?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, but truly, I am so happy to be here.
Thank you
Thank you for
thank you
waking
so
up.
much for coming on
No, I'm
and
just
hanging with us.
happy. I'm
Um,
just happy to be here for the Good Morning America of the TTRPG world, which I said I would promise. I said I would say on stream. So
well, now it sounds like we told you to say it.
You're, I
It
Venmo'd
says
you
on
to do-
it says on my note here,
Venmo'd
the
you the
Good
money,
Morning
yeah.
America of TTRPGs. I said I would say it, so
Yeah.
I've said it now. I've fulfilled my obligation. The only reason they had me on the show.
immediately just leaves the call. Just
Oh,
like
man.
Exactly.
Done.
I have fulfilled my obligation. I am done. Wait, do you have any other special guests today, or or is it just
We have a musical guest.
podcast talk?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
who's
do have a
is it
musical
Kelly
guest.
Clarkson? Is it Kelly Clarkson?
Shut
Is
up.
she sings down by the river?
No.
It's Kelly Clarkson
No.
singing a song that will become her song now, and no, the original performer will never be able to perform that song again.
Oh my god! Like if it's kind of like when not Dolly Parton, Whitney Houston sang "I Will Always Love You." Like no one knows the Dolly version anymore. No one, and you know what? That's okay. And Dolly Parton's okay with that too.
I always like when a different artist like kind of makes the song their own. But
Mhm.
with Kelly Clarkson, it is a different thing where it's just like Kelly Clarkson makes the new official version of the song.
Yeah, exactly. She sets a new standard.
Just Carlac dancing in the background.
But
Um,
but I
But
am so happy to be here. Thank you for letting me just talk about this
Thank you
stupid,
for
Absolutely.
beautiful
joining
game.
us. We're gonna be having like some like break time because Hunter's gonna be away, and then
Mhm.
there's like packs and
Mhm.
stuff. So
You're
it's
at
like
you're
this.
going
I'm
to
gonna.
Unplugged, right?
I will be at PAX. I will be at PAX
Ooh,
Unplugged
I will be
because.
at PAX.
Oh my
I
I'm gonna be
god!
working a
Mhm.
booth. So
I am tentatively planning on going for like maybe Saturday into Sunday. I just have to find somebody who's like, yeah, you can like curl up on my couch or like crash on the
That's
floor of my
always the
hotel
hardest
room or
thing with
something like that.
comms is finding someone to crash with. That's always
Yeah.
the hardest
Because
thing.
I'm like, it would be realistically, it would be because I live in Pennsylvania, so like realistically, it would be cheaper for me to just take the train back to my place at the end of the day and then come back out first thing in the morning, than it would be to like get a hotel room for the night, and that's wild. So yeah, the
Yeah.
hotel prices are crazy.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh, it's not like there's a convention there or anything.
yeah.
Um,
But
but
yeah, I am
honor and joy.
tentatively planning on being there. So if we if I end up being there, we could all like hang out.
we'll just
Um
play. We'll all like do this again just in person. It's just like look at him, look at him. A respectful Wooga, all right here.
Oh, respectful awooga, awooga. But no, thank you so much. And go play Baldur's Gate 3. Don't be racist. Um, and I don't know. It's fun waking up at 5 in the morning to talk about your interests. Highly recommend it because I have completely lost my train of thought and I'm probably gonna go back to bed
no,
actually.
here's the thing. You've never watched the show, right? Like you've never watched our
um,
show.
I've seen clips. I've like watched it in bits and pieces.
No, the reason I ask is because at the end of the show, we always do like just random call to actions, and you just did like three
Wow,
call to
that's
actions
interesting. Yeah,
essentially of like
we give
just
people 3 call to actions.
yeah, of like I forget what the first one was, but it was something and then don't be racist and
Go
then
play Baldur's Gate.
go to
Don't
sleep.
be racist, and then go to sleep. Like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Those
everybody's calls
those
to
are good
actions.
calls to action.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add in one more.
Mhm.
Hey, don't. Thanksgiving is coming up, and I know we're all stressed. It's okay. Just take a deep breath. It's okay.
It is.
It's okay. It's
Enjoy.
okay. You're not gonna change
The
everyone's
calls to
mind.
action is it's okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna change everyone's mind through one conversation, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
All right. Well,
my
thank you
wife and
so
I are
much.
fleeing the
Oh,
country for Thanksgiving this year.
you're so smart. You're so smart.
Um
Like I'm. Oh God, so many.
The turkey's
conversations.
defrosting in the fridge right now, y'all. I got to brine a turkey.
have fun.
It's turkey lurkey time. Tell the turkey. I know the entire dance to turkey lurkey time. Anyways, thank you so much, though. I'm very,
Thank
very
you
just
for
chuffed
making
and
the time.
pleased.
It was so
Of
much fun going through all of it.
course.
Have a great
Yay!
weekend, everybody. We will be back at some undisclosed point in the future. We haven't decided exactly when